My favorite scene in the book was the Norm MacDonald scene. I think it was so amazingly written. I'm sure many comedians crossed your mind for that spot. No.
So I mean, it wasn't always. It's not like I had that circled on a map because again, I didn't have an outline for the book.
Right.
But when he had to go to Denver, I knew when I figured out that his weekend was canceled at Wit's End, it was like, what's he gonna do now? He's probably gonna go to Comedy Works.
Yeah.
What's his relationship with Comedy Works? Let's figure that out. Who's at Comedy Works? Well, someone who I can write.
That's cool. There was no other. I thought maybe there would be. That's cool. It was always going to be Norm.
I mean, it wasn't. It happened to be Norm. It happened to be that there needed to be a guy who was at the club.
Who was
Billy Way? He connected Billy between the old world and the.
And that was great because up until then, it's almost like you're hearing about all these feats this guy had, and it sounds like what a washed up fucking headliner would say to you. Like, I did the Tonight Show. I had a development deal.
I was edited out of Beverly Hills Cop 2
for being too funny.
For stealing his
stealing
scenes.
the show from Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Which I've heard someone say.
That is absurd.
Yeah, and then also it's funny.
What a great brag.
Oh, awesome brag.
Perfect.
You can't figure it out.
You can't figure it out.
Yeah.
You don't
What
know
are you
the
going to
editor.
ask Eddie Murphy? Yeah. And then
Eddie's
also, I like that he was in Fletch Lives. Like, on stage, he's like, I've done all types of bad shit. I've robbed, I've used guns. I was in Fletch Lives.
But that's and like right. It's like in the middle, right? Or it's like kind of climaxing, and you're like, oh, this is real. Like Norm goes Billy Ray. Like it's like Norm knows him, and like so all of this stuff that's been built up as this sort of legendary, and also he's not the narrator, but it's all in his. It's limited to his perspective. Mm-hmm. So you do have some chances of is this guy being unreliable or is he whatever. So it really hits when Norm is like talking Billy Ray up to the young guns. You're like, oh, this guy was a legend. Like you do believe it, and then he has to and then he goes on and kind of faces those things further. It's perfect. It's right where it should be.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just like that he's the conduit between like what was and what is,
Yeah.